Hi guys, today we're doing the redo of the Disney Orphanage house. So I did try this shell at first, but then I realized it was a little bit too big for my liking. I couldn't figure out what to fully do with every single room because there is requirements that go into the house. There's gotta be certain rooms, like there's gotta be a recreation room, a study room, and all that. And each thing can only a certain amount in it. So I decided to go with a different shell that was still a big shell. If y'all want to zoom in and see the creators that I'm looking at, they're all there. I just wanted a shell for this one because I knew it was going to be very difficult to figure out a layout with all of the different rooms we have to do and all that. Believe I go with the house I clicked. No, I don't go with this house. This one's also too big for my liking. This one I do attempt to do, and I do a few little tweaks in it. But then I'm like, nah, I don't really like it. So I didn't do this house. There was just something about it that wasn't very right to me. There was something off with this house. There was too much space to fill, and I wanted to find a big shell, but one that wasn't too swarming with being too big to fit too much. It was too much empty space. It felt like way too much empty space for an orphanage that's supposed to be filled with children and all that. And it was just too much. So I do end up scrapping this one after tweaking it a bit. I do mess with it a lot. I also didn't like the shape of some of the rooms. It felt like it was too much to add in some of the rooms. It was too difficult to add the different things I wanted to add. And then there would be too many bedrooms for the girls, because I know I have 3 right now. And then here's where I actually go on to the actual house I use, I'm pretty sure. I first moved everything in my inventory back, so I would have all the things we bought for the groundskeeper and all of the desks for the girls. Because I really like those desks. Those are good study desks for all of them. But yeah, I look through and try and find the shell, which I'll actually go through and probably credit who all did those shells if I can open my Sims game enough. It's been really glitchy today, and I can't figure it out. So I'll try and go back and credit as soon as I can. Just make sure they get the right credit that theirs due. But yeah, I do use what they have of the build so far, because I like the main housing that they have. I made that one, that area over there, perfectly the main caretaker's area. I just left it how it was because it was kind of neutral and all that. I did try and turn this room into the study at first, but then I realized 6 desks won't fit all together in the study there, so I had to move it to another place. So I moved it over to this one, and it was kind of perfect window view for each of the girls, and I really like that. I do notice later that the door is right up against one of the desks, so I do move that to where they have to go through the room I originally tried making the study to get in there. It's just an extra way to get in there. I did only make it a recreation room, and I will say I did tweak one thing, because it says you can only have 2 bathrooms in that are accessible to the girls. So I made technically 3 in sense, but I split it to where this room was a shower room, and then we have a toilet room that's connected to their actual room, and then downstairs they're accessible to, I think, a half bath sort of situation. So it technically was 2 because I split showers and toilets up here just to have more showers and more toilets. But yeah, technically 3, but I made it split to where it was 2 in a sense. But yeah, here's the more toilet room up here, And then I will also say the groundskeeper and the orphanage keeper both have their own bathrooms, but they are locked to the girls, so the girls cannot enter their areas to use those bathrooms. So I technically subsided those as like not their bathrooms. I think there's also a laundry room in this, so I think as the girls go to school, we'll be able to do like laundry room like stuff with the main head keeper, just to keep us company while we're like doing this part of the challenge of like, oh, they're going to school all the time and all that. Like, they're now school kids. We gotta deal with that aspect of it all. But yeah, I made this one technically the recreation room, which was supposed to have one computer, one fun item, and one athletic item. I put a yoga mat for like the groundskeeper and the household keeper, just because I didn't know there was any athletic equipment for kids. I didn't think so, so I'll add like an athletic thing when they're teenagers or something like that if we don't use the yoga mat. And then there was another one that was supposed to be like the skill room. I was supposed to have 4 skill items in it. So I put 2 drawing tables and a castle, like the play castle. This is also when I change around the door, so don't mind that. So that was my 3 items, and then in the backyard, I end up putting a jungle gym as like the technical 4th item. So there'll only be 3 items in that room as long as there's a 4th outside or something like that. And if I get a treehouse, I'll probably delete one of the drawing tables and get the treehouse as the 4th. This is also where I use some of my sister's not so berry CC to make their room. I tried basing off like their colors and also like the little designs that are on the bed that go with the not so berry ones. So the top one up here is Rapunzel's with the paintbrush on it. Then we have Esmeralda underneath her. Then we have Cinderella in the blue bed, which that just has hearts on it and things like that. So I thought it fit well enough for Cinderella. I am going to try and find new CC that's kind of like their CC of having it specifically Disney based and all that. But yeah. Then I'm pretty sure I put Aurora underneath her with a little quill on her bed. It looked the best and the quill wasn't very noticeable, so I thought it would be like, oh, it's a cute little thing. Like it's a pink bed. The ghost one is supposed to be Megara's bed, because Hades, the underworld ghost. It all makes sense. And then I had to find one for Tiana. I ended up going with like this cool green bed, that one, because I just liked how it looked. It doesn't match all the other beds, but I liked it for Tiana's vibes, the leaves on it and all that. It looked beautiful in my opinion. But yeah, I did that so far. And then kind of just like put random little plushies as their one item, because their one item always confuses me, because it's just like, okay, how am I supposed to do one item when like I don't have like specific Disney items that I can go, oh yeah, that's specifically this character's. So I just put random plushies that I thought would go with them. I think I gave one of them a violin, because I thought Rapunzel would like play violin and like all that, because we see her with the guitar and all that, but there was no like kids guitar. I also gave Megara a bear plushie because it matched her bed. And then, okay, the guinea pig. I thought that could represent Cinderella's mice and all that. It doesn't look the best, but I thought it would represent that. And the panda bear, I just couldn't find anything that matched Aurora or anything that went with Aurora's movie. But here's where I kind of like just take away items and kind of leave the setup that they have so far, because I kind of like the setup. I do kind of want to add a pool to the backyard, though. That's kind of locked off to the girls, unless it's like special occasions, like the weekends they can have it or something like that. But yeah, haven't added it yet. I did make this little room, the groundskeeper's room with the bathroom and all that. That will be permanently locked to anyone but her, so no one can enter her space. But yeah, and then the other room is like an office area for her and the caretaker. Yeah, that's about it for this build. That's all I really got in there, besides like using what was already there, because I kind of liked how it looked. And this one also has its own garden already set up, so I liked how that looked as well. I do realize now that I should have saved like selling those plants till I moved the households in this house, so I would get the money back for those plants to the household funds. But I didn't do that, so we're just gonna use the ones we harvest and garden from the garden itself, which I will mainly try and get the groundskeepers to work on. The groundkeeper, I should say. But I know Esmeralda might just want to continue doing her work on it, because I noticed she really likes doing that when at the other household. But yeah, it's not as like greenhouse like. But yeah, that'll be about it for today. I hope you have a good day or good night, depending on where you are and what time it is for you. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.